Welcome back to Face. We're having a debate among U.S. Senate candidates. Sue Loudon's not here, but 4 of the leading contenders are, and we're talking about issues with them. All right, don't have much time left, so I want to get to an issue that came out today, which is AIG, bailed out by the federal government, about to pay $100 million in bonuses, and Barack Obama has also proposed trying to recoup some of this bailout money through a bank tax. I'm going to ask you each this question. Please answer it briefly. Danny Tarkanian, should the federal government be able to do anything about AIG paying these bonuses, and do you support the bank tax?
Absolutely not. You can't support a bank tax with because the banks that penalized are the ones that are succeeding. The ones that have failed, you can't even get the money back from what they were loaned to them.
But the argument is that they weren't lending, they're not using the bailout money the way they should, so the federal government should get it back.
We shouldn't have had the bailout to begin with. It was a worse decision those
What about the AIG bonuses then? What do you think of it?
Well, you know, AIG should, I don't believe the federal government should dictate how a company runs their business, and they should never have been involved in that process to begin with. Keep the federal government out of the private businesses. We're more successful.
Jon Chachas.
I think I think the failure of AIG and these bonuses, the only way this government's going to ever get that money back is to have AIG as a functioning business. And what we should really be doing is setting very sharp deadlines and tell AIG as a company and its board, we want the bailout funds repaid by a date certain. I published this. I think that we should give them through September. By that point forward, my judgment is the company is essentially a government-owned business, and they ought to be paid like government employees.
Bank tax, thumbs up, thumbs down.
You know, when Chris Dodd himself, when the Democrat who leads the Finance Committee tells you that the bank tax is a bad idea, I think it's enough said. It doesn't really get to the heart of financial industry.
So you agree with Chris Dodd on something?
Financial regulatory reform needs to happen in this country. The bank tax is nice political fodder from the president.
Sharon Angle.
2 wrongs don't make a right, John. It was wrong to bail out AIG. It was wrong to bail out those banks. We could have spent that money so much better doing something that stimulated small business in this country by extending lines of credit for them. And instead, we've bailed out. And this is just
You're okay with AIG paying those bonuses, though?
No, I'm not okay with that. But I don't think that it's government that's the solution. It's never been the solution. It's always been the problem. It continues to create problems. Well, you don't give them the money in the first place, but now that they've got it, I don't see that we go in and we tell business what to do. That's not what government's supposed to be about.
Mark Amodei.
Dean Hiller's vote was right on the bailout. The bonuses should never be a government issue with respect to how a private company runs. CGM, for another example. Nobody ever said anything, John, that the bankruptcy system in this country was broke. It should have been allowed to work. But now that we're here at this, I agree with John. It's like, here's the deal for getting our money back, and we're getting out of your business, and then you sink or swim on your own.
All right, real quickly, we have less than a minute left. Mark Amodei's already given me his position on the rural water project. He indicates he supports it. Do you support it, Sharon Angle?
Yes.
You do. What about you?
The form of the project, taking water from the north, feeding you all down here, I think until you get the people in the north supporting that.
Dream on.
Tough to do.
Okay, what do you think, Dan?
I think it's a short-term answer to a long-term problem. We've got to find a better problem, a better solution.
Are you actually against the project then?
I am against taking the water from the north and giving it to the south. Yes.
I would like to clarify on my yes as well. I'm against taking the water from the north to give it to the south, but I think we have to clarify where our water's coming from.
Anything to add? You did tell me the last program that you indicated you would support it. Real quickly.
We have a pretty good set of rules in this state. Everybody that plays should follow them. It is possible to use water in a responsible way in all areas of the state as long as you don't create an Owens Valley, and that's what we're trying to do.
No, we're out of time. I'm sorry. It is to all of your credit that you were willing to come and talk here on this program. I hope you'll all come back, and we're going to continue to have forums. Thanks to all of you for coming.
Thank you,
thanks for having us.
And on the next Face to Face, she's one of the players at the heart of Gibbons world. And now, Diane Cornwall is speaking out on Face to Face. Really? What's it really like in the governor's administration? We'll ask the woman who was one of Gibbons' top aides about that and her new job running the Department of Business and Industry. That's all in the next Face to Face. Thanks for watching.